Hi there, welcome back to the channel. We're 2 months out from Starfield's release, and all of us who are on the hype train are finding ourselves a little starved of new content to dissect. So before any new information or gameplay is revealed, I've taken this opportunity to help us catch up by assembling an all-inclusive supercut of my Starfield content so far. It's a comprehensive digest of features, reactions and breakdowns. This video includes everything from discovering hidden gems in Starfield's underappreciated trailer to detailed overviews of companions, planets and even the food. Consider this your express ride to catching up as we await the next wave of exciting Starfield revelations. Sit back, relax and enjoy the ride through what we know about the Starfield cosmos so far. Hey there. Today I'm plunging headfirst into the exciting crumbs of information dropped during the Starfield showcase, particularly about the mind-boggling addition of space magic. Space magic, shouts, alien artifact abilities, whatever you want to call it, abilities that defy the laws of physics are in the game. If you managed to miss it, Howard, at the end of the 45-minute presentation, dropped the bombshell. A character is seen without the UI showing, so we don't really know what we're looking at, but we see the character reaching out their hand to control and toss enemies around, a bit like the Force from Star Wars. That's right, space magic is real and it's coming to Starfield. Before we delve deeper into this cosmic can of worms, remember to hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying my Starfield coverage. I'm committed to keeping you up to date with every nugget of news about the game, right up to the release and beyond. Now let's dissect the space magic. The showcase strategically sneaked this power display right at the end, clearly intending to stoke the fires of curiosity. So what's this about? Well, is it the case that these mysterious artifacts that we'll be hunting in the main campaign unlock these Jedi-like powers? The way it's portrayed in the footage implies that these artifacts either bestow superhuman abilities, or they give us access to an alien technology or an alien device that is so advanced that it can manipulate physical objects. Earlier in the showcase, we were introduced to the inventory screen. The interface is organised in a circular layout like a pie, and do you notice that Howard went through 3 of the segments but not the last one? There was an empty slot right at the top left corner. Could this be reserved for these Starfield shouts? Perhaps, as we gather more artifacts, this upper section will unlock the alien abilities. The source of the powers won't be something like the Force though, or magic like we see in Skyrim, or something supernatural. I think these powers will be based on super advanced alien tech, remnants of an ancient civilization which equips us with the means to control and alter the world around us. That just seems a better fit for Starfield's take on the universe and space exploration. If these abilities work like they did in Skyrim, we would unlock the first power at a crucial point within the campaign, with more powers trickling through as we complete missions and side quests. And as we progress through these side quests, we will meet brilliant minds and engineers, and their expertise will help us unlock more powers. Well, that's all we've got. I can't hardly wait to see how this evolves, as the glimpses we've seen so far strongly hints will be game-changing. That's a wrap for today's deep dive into the cosmic curiosities of Starfield. And remember to keep your eyes on this space for more Starfield insights. Until next time. Today I'm going to lay out everything we know about the Starfield universe so far. So let's take our seats, fire up those thrusters and journey into the year 2330, a future not too far away but starkly different from our current reality. Our story unfolds approximately 300 years in the future. By this time, humans have found a way to travel beyond the confines of Earth and the solar system. We've made our homes in distant stars, forming a web of colonies spread over about 50 light years from our homely system of Sol. This sprawling network of colonized star systems forms what is known as the settled systems in the heart of the Milky Way. In an ironic twist of fate, our once beloved Earth the cradle of humanity, is now seen as part of the old neighbourhood, quaint and somewhat dilapidated, overshadowed by new bustling hubs of humanity. In this brave new universe, Alpha Centauri has emerged as the shining beacon of humanity's ceaseless expansion. The closest star system to Sol, Alpha Centauri, hosts the temperate world of Jemison, a new Earth bustling with life and activity. Nestled within Jemison is New Atlantis, a sprawling metropolis that now forms the nucleus of human civilization. New Atlantis isn't merely a city, it's a testament to the human spirit, a symbol of our undying urge to reach for the stars and make them our own. Founded in 2161, New Atlantis is more than a hub of activity and civilization. It is the beating heart of the United Colonies, an interstellar republic that stands as a beacon of unity and progress in the settled systems. The United Colonies is governed by a council known as the Military, Administrative and Scientific Triumvirate, with the acronym MAST, M-A-S-T, and the United Colonies reflect the values of order, law, and the preservation of humanity's legacy. But the United Colonies aren't just about politics and governance. They embody a strong sense of security and collective protection. Several security organizations, including the UC-SEC, the UC-SysTev, and UC Vanguard, stand as pillars of security in the United Colonies. Not only do these entities uphold law and order, but they also offer a way for individuals to claim United Colony citizenship. For those with a burning desire to serve, the path to a career on one of their many formidable battleships, like the UC Vigilance, is wide open. The influence of the United Colonies isn't confined to New Atlantis alone. The reach extends to numerous star systems, each contributing to the larger picture of humanity's place in the universe. Notable among these is the Cydonia mining colony located on Mars. The star yards, or space stations orbiting various celestial bodies, are critical to the maintenance and expansion of the United Colonies. From research facilities to military outposts, these star yards form the backbone of the United Colonies' presence in space. Yet the universe of Starfield isn't a utopia, and the United Colonies have their fair share of challenges. The aftershocks of a bitter war still echo through the settled systems. The Colony War of 2310, fought between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective, left the landscape of interstellar politics forever changed. While the war ended with the Collective gaining their independence, the peace is fragile and tensions still run high. Amidst the uncertainty, the brave citizens of the United Colonies strive for progress, pushing the boundaries of human potential. In the heart of the frontier lies the Freestar Collective, a confederation of free frontier systems that stand as a testament to the spirit of independence and defiance. With its capital in Aquila City, the Freestar Collective embodies the wild, independent nature of the frontier, backed by the second largest military in the settled systems. But life on the frontier isn't without its perils. The presence of formidable wildlife adds a layer of danger and unpredictability to this untamed part of the galaxy. Yet, amidst the untamed wilderness of the frontier, one can find gleaming beacons of civilization. Neon is a city born from a humble fishing platform. After the discovery of a psychedelic drug derived from local fish, Neon transformed into a bustling, crime-ridden city of pleasure, drawing in those seeking the more decadent sides of life in the stars. Space, however, is not all about fun and games. The peripheries of the settled systems hold their own share of dangers. Unclaimed territories are rife with threats, from the fanatical religious cultists of House Vurun, who worship the Great Serpent, to the bloodthirsty pirates of the Crimson Fleet, each posing a significant risk to unsuspecting travellers. The Crimson Fleet operate from their space station known as the Key, and they wreak havoc across multiple systems, disrupting trade and carving out territories for their own. But it's not all doom and gloom in the cosmos. In the midst of chaos, you'll find entities of order and reason. And then there is Constellation, the last band of great space explorers who continue their search for answers to the universe's greatest questions. And that's where we, the players, come in. We begin our journey as the customizable Spacefarer, a recruit at the Argos Extractors Company, who gets involved in an event that leads us to Constellation. With our unique ability to interact with alien artifacts, we set out on an epic journey, seeking answers to the mysteries that these ancient relics hold. And as we step into the shoes of the Spacefarer, we're given the freedom to choose our backstory, which shapes our starting skills and influences our interactions and quests. Whether we were once a chef who irked a food critic and ended up in the grimy corners of the galaxy, or a beast hunter capable of commanding higher prices for extermination jobs, our pasts become part of our identity. Furthermore, we can select up to 3 character traits, providing us with a diverse range of missions, items, and even an in-game home. But these traits aren't fixed. We can change and adapt, shedding old traits and acquiring new ones as we progress through the game. Our journey in Starfield is not a lonely one. A host of diverse characters can join us, forming bonds and relationships more complex than any we've seen in previous Bethesda games. Whether it's Vasco, the artificial intelligence with a dry sense of humour, or one of the many other companions, we can expect each of them to make the journey through Starfield a memorable one. So that's all the time we have for today. I hope you've enjoyed our journey through the vast universe of Starfield, and remember, we've only just skimmed the surface of what the game has to offer. There's an entire cosmos out there waiting for us to explore, filled with mysteries to unravel, factions to join, battles to fight, and companions to befriend. Don't forget to like this video, share it and subscribe if you would like to. But until next time, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and remember, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. Hello everyone, welcome back. Buckle up, because today we're taking a cosmic road trip, touring the mesmerising landscape of Starfield's planets, as revealed in last weekend's Starfield Direct. We've got some breathtaking views, wild terrain, and plenty of wow moments to share. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a spectacular journey. Our first stop is at the enchanting planet of Aquila. At first glance, it's strikingly beautiful, but the moment it pans up to that mountain, it's an absolute jaw-dropper. The realism in Bethesda's design instantly floods you with awe and wonder. Then we have the serene yet somewhat unsettling moon of Al-Batani 5A. It's a contradiction, eerie yet peaceful, a stark lunar landscape punctuated by a looming celestial body. It's not a place for an extended stay, but certainly worth a pause to soak in the unique view. Next we drift to the planet of Charybdis 5. The ringed planet is a spectacle to behold. It's got a feel of authenticity to it, more tangible than what we've seen in games such as No Man's Sky. Al-Ghurab 3b offers a stunning contrast, a moon bathed in the glow of a setting sun through whispering palm trees. The terrain feels familiar, solid, giving a sense of place you could really touch and explore. The harmonious colour palette of Cassiopeia 4a is an absolute treat. The terrain, sky and gas giants complement each other perfectly. Freya 9b is a stark contrast, a moon that seems harsh and inhospitable. The terrain is uneven, the atmosphere thick, almost choking. Might not be your vacation choice. Welcome to the Jurassic-esque moon of Groombridge 8a. It's serene, it's not a bit sparse, but offering a peaceful getaway. Surma 1, with its challenging terrain, reminds me of a No Man's Sky planet. It's not the most welcoming spot in the galaxy, but its uniqueness is undeniable. We find beauty in solitude on Alcibar 10b. This moon and its stunning landscapes make for an idyllic spot to set up a base and take in the sunset. The stunning lighting on display throughout our journey is an absolute feast for the eyes. Who else is itching to explore Jemison? The planet itself is enticing, but the lure of New Atlantis makes it irresistible. Then we have some beautiful displays of planetary geology and weather systems, from volcanic activity to beautiful reflections and diverse climates. And we certainly can't forget about the breathtaking views offered by Poroma 4C, Nemaria 4A, and Sumati. These diverse landscapes are begging to be explored. Lastly, there's an enticing element that we've not yet seen in similar games: canyons. The mystery they hold makes them worth a detour. Starfield has thrown open its doors to a universe filled with diverse biomes and vistas. Every planet, every moon offers a unique experience, a sight to behold. It's a visual spectacle that has left me awestruck. Every new vista feels fresh, unique, and something to look forward to. I'm thrilled to see what other secrets and wonders the universe of Starfield has in store for us. Don't forget to drop a comment below with your thoughts and share with me the wow moments you had as you watched this Starfield Direct. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more Starfield content. Until our next cosmic journey, stay curious and keep exploring. Hi there, welcome back to another video where we plunge into the vast mysteries of the Starfield universe. Today we're tackling an enigma that's been gnawing at me for a while. What happened to all the explorers in the Starfield universe? Why is Constellation the last group standing? This conundrum presents some fascinating possibilities, so let's delve in and examine some of the most plausible theories. Our journey begins with a theory that paints exploration in Starfield's universe as a lost art. This idea stems from the harsh reality of survival in a post-apocalyptic Earth. Something's gone dramatically wrong on Earth, leading to an evacuation where the vast majority of humanity has perished. As resources become scarce and survival takes precedence, the grand pursuit of exploration might have fallen by the wayside. In such dire circumstances, privately funded clubs dedicated to exploration, like Constellation, may have dwindled, leaving only the most resilient and determined to carry the torch. In this case, Constellation is the last faction standing. Another theory centres on the idea of diminishing returns from exploration. Although Starfield's settled systems are a mere speck in the face of the infinite cosmos, encompassing around 1,000 planets, they still hold plenty of uncharted territory. As the risks and costs associated with venturing further into the cosmos escalated, the unexplored regions within the settled systems became the focal point for discovery. Why venture into the unknown perils of the universe when there are still enigmas to unravel on your doorstep? Wars and conflicts are another stormy sea that may have swept away many of the explorers. The colony war and the factions involved could have inflicted a significant toll on resources and personnel, shifting focus away from the wonders of space and onto battlefields. The aftermath of war, marked by a period of healing and rebuilding, could have put a further dampener on exploration efforts, leaving only the strongest and most dedicated explorers, like Constellation, standing. Lastly, we arrive at our final theory, which is a technological bottleneck in the form of FTL travel limitations. The grav drives used for faster than light travel in the Starfield universe might be tethered to a navigation system rooted in the Sol system. This could mean that the reach of exploration is inherently limited to a specific radius around Earth. This is an intriguing notion as it subtly ties the boundless possibilities of space exploration to our home planet. So let's draw this brief video to a close here. With the much anticipated release of Starfield on the horizon, we can't help but wonder about the thrilling secrets, adventures, and revelations that await us in the expansive theatre of space. Thank you for joining me on this voyage of discovery. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share your own thoughts and theories in the comments below. Until next time, take care. Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a rather interesting topic on the table. Is Starfield a Star Citizen killer? I've seen this question being asked online, and I have to say, it got me thinking. Like me, you might initially jump to the conclusion that these games aren't really comparable due to a number of factors, including their different subgenres, with Star Citizen being an online persistent space sim, and Starfield being a single-player space RPG, and besides, neither game is actually out yet, so we can't really make a judgment on this fully. However, while they are indeed different games with different subgenres, there is significant shared ground. They are both crafted with the aim to make you feel as if you're living amongst the stars. So it's valid to ask whether Starfield can better fulfill this dream of starbound living than Star Citizen. So let's dive in and discover which one scratches that itch of living in the stars better. Each game carries a distinctive setting and offers its own unique mechanics. Starfield, set in the year 2330, focuses on delivering a sense of NASA-like realism and authenticity. The aim for Starfield is to be an open-world RPG set in space, allowing you to create your own character, whether you're an experienced explorer, a diplomatic charmer, or a stealthy cyber runner. The game is about defining your personal journey. One of the key highlights is the ability to explore over 1,000 planets, each with its unique attributes. The ship customization and command features, as well as the crafting system that lets you utilize planetary resources, are a testament to Starfield's depth and ambition. The addition of base building only adds to the multitude of choices you have as a player. What particularly stands out to me is the sense of personal ownership and flexibility in Starfield. The fact that you can modify your ship, manage your crew, build bases on planets, and even take part in high-stake dogfights provides a layered and personalised gaming experience. Starfield seems to blend the best of Bethesda's RPG expertise with the thrill of space exploration. In contrast, Star Citizen is a combination of space simulation, a first-person shooter, and a massively multiplayer online game, focusing on creating an immersive and highly detailed space simulation. The persistent universe offers freedom to engage in various activities like trading, bounty hunting, mining, and missions. Your character can freely traverse the length of your ship, flying both in space and in atmospheres, and explore procedurally generated planets with distinct biomes. The level of detail in Star Citizen is truly extraordinary. However, it's the persistent universe that takes the cake. However, the single-player story campaign alongside Star Citizen is called Squadron 42, which perhaps would be a better game to compare to Starfield. However, its continuous delays raise questions about its final delivery. In my personal view, both games bring a lot to the table here. I respect Star Citizen for its immense ambition and its persistence in trying to create a fully realised living universe. Meanwhile, I find Starfield's blend of RPG elements, space exploration intriguing. It focuses on individual player stories, and its base building and crafting systems are elements that make it stand out. It's a game that merges Bethesda's strengths in open world RPGs with the fascination of space. At the end of the day, your preference between Starfield and Star Citizen may come down to what you value more in a game. Both games have their distinct appeal, and it will be interesting to see how they evolve and impact the space genre. When it comes to exploration, both Star Citizen and Starfield offer enticing universes for players to explore. In its current state, Star Citizen exclusively focuses on the Stanton system, which is unique in being entirely owned by different corporations. These corporations, Hurston Dynamics, Arc Corp, Crusader Industries, and Microtech, each govern a planet, creating a variety of unique environments and cultures. Hurston, a planet overexploited by its owning weapons manufacturer, presents a variety of biomes that bear the marks of heavy industry. Arc Corp, on the other hand, is a testament to urban sprawl, with a planet-wide city reminiscent of Coruscant from Star Wars. Crusader offers a glimpse into a world dominated by a ship manufacturer featuring Orison, a floating city above a gas giant. Lastly, Microtech, owned by a tech company, is a cold, icy planet with a high-tech, futuristic cityscape. Each of these planets offers a unique blend of environments and cultures, adding to the overall diversity of the Stanton system. Star Citizen's approach, while ambitious, does provide an incredible sense of depth and detail in its currently available system. The game does plan to incorporate as many as 100 unique star systems, each with its own distinct characteristics and lore. However, the development of these systems is contingent on several factors, such as the completion of the Stanton system, which I believe is now complete, and other technological improvements, particularly in regards to the underlying tech that supports the persistent shared universe. Thus, while Star Citizen promises an expansive universe, it's currently operating on a much smaller scale. In contrast, Starfield is going the route of a more handcrafted universe, with over 1,000 planets, each one meticulously designed through advanced procedural generation, so that Starfield promises a unique and more curated experience for every world you encounter. Although Starfield's universe may not match the intended scale of Star Citizen, the deliberate design of each planet suggests a level of narrative and visual design that may lead to more memorable and immersive experiences. Personally, I find something truly compelling about the idea of exploring a world designed with intention and filled with thoughtfully created points of interest, even if those points of interest are spawned randomly. In terms of story, Star Citizen and Starfield again take divergent routes. Star Citizen really is a sandbox where the players themselves create immersive storylines, and for a more handcrafted experience, players will need to wait for Squadron 42. On the other hand, Starfield is focused on delivering a profound single-player RPG experience. Given Bethesda's track record with games like The Elder Scrolls and Fallout series, it's reasonable to expect a deep, engaging story full of complex characters and moral dilemmas. I am personally excited to see how Bethesda will weave a compelling narrative into this grand space adventure. In conclusion, while both games promise intriguing exploration and narrative experiences, your preference may depend on what you're looking for. If you're attracted to a sandbox open world MMO-like game, Star Citizen might be your pick, albeit within the confines of its currently available system, Stanton. If you value a carefully crafted universe with deep, engaging storytelling, then Starfield could be your space adventure of choice. Either way, both games have much to offer and will undoubtedly provide players with captivating journeys among the stars. The quality and style of visuals in a game can greatly influence the player's immersion, and both Starfield and Star Citizen have made significant strides in this area. These games utilise advanced graphic technologies to create breathtaking visuals that can captivate and immerse players in their expansive universes. Starfield utilises the Creation Engine 2, the latest iteration of Bethesda's in-house game engine. The new game engine promises numerous upgrades, including highly detailed, realistic textures, vastly improved lighting and rendering, and procedural generation techniques for creating the game's large explorable planets. From the snippets of Starfield we've seen so far, the graphics look really impressive, with a clean, bright aesthetic that seems to capture the vastness and mystery of space. On the other hand, Star Citizen uses a highly modified version of the CryEngine. This engine was specifically altered to suit the needs of Star Citizen, with the ability to handle the seamless transition from space to planetary environments, complex physics for space and atmospheric flight, and the rendering of detailed interiors and exteriors for spaceships and space stations. Star Citizen's graphics are also top-notch, with meticulous attention to detail evident in the intricate ship designs, realistic character models, and breathtaking planetary landscapes and weather systems. The game aims for a high level of visual fidelity and realism, and the results, especially considering it's an online shared universe, are quite astonishing. However, it is worth noting that Star Citizen's performance is currently far from optimal. Despite its breathtaking visuals and groundbreaking underlying tech that powers the game, Star Citizen is known to struggle with performance issues, particularly in populated areas where frame rates can drop to the mid-20s, even on high-end hardware. This is an important factor to consider if smooth gameplay is a priority for you. Personally, I'm drawn to both styles for different reasons. Starfield's visuals, powered by the Creation Engine 2, offer a captivating blend of realism and artistic style, which could potentially provide a more whimsical exploration experience. Star Citizen, on the other hand, pushes for an unprecedented level of visual realism, which lends a sense of tangible authenticity to its universe. The attention to detail is simply mind-boggling, from the wear and tear on spaceships to the breathtaking vistas of its planets. The dedication to creating a visually believable universe is commendable and can truly enhance the immersive experience. So then, the visual aesthetic of these games might be a determining factor in your preference. If you're more attracted to a balance of realistic and stylized visuals, Starfield could be more appealing. However, if you lean towards hyper-realistic graphics and remarkable attention to detail, then Star Citizen might be more up your alley. Either way, both games represent significant achievements in game design and graphics technology. Yet always with gaming, the balance between aesthetic appeal and performance is a key factor, and currently Starfield might have the upper hand in that area. The business models that video games adopt can significantly influence the player's experience and the ongoing development of the games. Both Starfield and Star Citizen have taken different paths in this regard, each with its own strengths and potential drawbacks. Star Citizen has adopted a unique crowdfunding model that has allowed it to secure unprecedented amounts of funding, resulting in a game with an ambitious scope and massive content. The game's development has been primarily funded through the sale of in-game ships and packages. The ability to buy ships of varying sizes and capabilities has drawn both praise and criticism. On the one hand, it allows players to support the game's ongoing development while gaining early access to diverse spacecraft. However, it has also led to criticisms of pay-to-win scenarios, where players with deeper pockets can potentially gain an advantage by purchasing more powerful or versatile ships. It's also important to note that Star Citizen is still in an active development stage, and despite being playable, it's far from finished. This has led to some controversy over its monetization practices, as players are essentially paying for access to a game that's still in development, with no definitive release date in sight. In contrast, Starfield is following a more traditional retail model, with a one-time purchase granting access to the full game upon release. However, we should be prepared for additional monetization through DLCs and expansions, one of which has already been announced. Personally, I tend to favour the traditional model as it provides more certainty and fairness for the gamer, especially for those who want a complete and polished game upon purchase. Starfield's model is straightforward and does not create a potential disparity between players based on their ability or willingness to invest additional money into the game post-purchase. So then, your preference may come down to what kind of investment you're willing to make and what kind of experience you're looking for. If you prefer a more traditional, polished and complete gaming experience at the time of purchase, Starfield's model might be more appealing. On the other hand, if you're intrigued by the idea of directly supporting and being part of a game's development process and don't mind a more unpredictable and evolving experience, you might find Star Citizen's model more compelling. So to finish up here, it's essential to acknowledge that these are both ambitious projects, each with its unique strengths and vision. The differences in development style, gameplay mechanics, and narrative approaches make them distinct experiences that appeal to different types of gamers. Star Citizen's promise of a dynamic, player-driven universe with a level of detail and freedom seldom seen in video games is highly appealing. If it can realise its potential, it would be a monumental achievement in gaming. However, the game's protracted development, complicated by its ambition and scale, may be off-putting for some players, particularly those seeking a more immediately gratifying and polished gaming experience. On the other hand, Starfield, with Bethesda's solid pedigree in creating rich single-player RPGs, promises an expansive, finely crafted universe for players to explore and make their own. The more traditional development approach may reassure players that the game will offer a complete, polished experience upon release, even if it lacks the interactive, online, continuously evolving nature of Star Citizen's universe as it works its way through development. From my perspective, the notion of one game killing the other seems a bit overblown. Each game is targeting a slightly different audience and providing different experiences. A living, evolving universe in Star Citizen and a deep, narrative-driven, single-player space RPG in Starfield. Both can coexist and thrive within their respective lanes. In fact, I believe the competition between these games can only enrich the gaming landscape. So, no matter which game you're most excited about, remember that the real winner here is us, the gamers, who get to experience these exciting new frontiers in gaming. But it's also worth noting that the path to their respective releases is part of the journey. So whether you're charting the unknown in Star Citizen or looking forward to unravelling mysteries in Starfield, just enjoy the journey. After all, as they say in space travel, it's about the journey, not the destination. And that's all for today's video. If you have enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Hey Space Foodies, we finally got some hot, fresh details about Starfield's grub straight from the Starfield Connect this past weekend. First off, New Atlantis. We were able to peek inside a chill coffee shop and a lively bar, and it seems we'll find places like this scattered throughout the cities, kind of like in Star Citizen. The big question though, will we get an eating animation, or do we just vanish food from the inventory? If we go by previous Bethesda games, it will probably be the latter. But who knows, maybe the modders will give us some food munching action like in Fallout 4. In that coffee shop, there's a bakery serving donuts, desserts, coffee and espresso. Can we buy them? Most likely. And I bet they'll give us some interesting stat changes too. Didn't see much booze, but that bartender hints we'll be buying some spacey spirits. Just remember, no drinking and jetting in the United Colonies. Now let's talk specifics. Midnight Delight. Well, that looks like vacuum-packed space goo. It weighs 0.30 of whatever units they use. It costs 55 credits and restores 5 health. Orange Juice of Transcendence. Rumoured to be the best OJ in the galaxy. Also weighs 0.30. It costs a bit more at 75 credits. It reduces your health by 1 for 1 minute, but gives a nice +8 oxygen for 5 minutes. Handy when you're gasping for breath in a crisis. The Patty Melt. Well, that's a hamburger patty doused in cheese and grilled on toast. A bit heavier at 0.50, it costs 295 credits and restores a sweet +15 health. Synthameat Steak. Synthetic Steak Special. It's light at 0.30. It costs 155 credits, but only gives you +3 health. You might want to pass on this one. Ta Emiya Pita. Falafel stuffed flatbreads with yogurt drizzle. Weighs 0.50. Costs 295 credits and boosts your health by +15. Toast. Simple, perfect toast. Weighs only 0.10. It costs 35 credits and boosts health by +3. Same as the steak, but a whole lot cheaper. Lastly, Triello Bites. alien bugs, basically. Weighs 0.50, pricey at 740 credits, but gives a good plus 15 health boost. I bet there's heaps more food waiting to be discovered. Spotted a spice market, so maybe we'll be buying spices to jazz up our home-cooked meals. Also, we saw the show-winning sandwich pirate. And there's also a greenhouse, which might be for growing food or other things, such as narcotics. The research lab even had a food and drink category, maybe a hint that we'll be unlocking cool recipes for buffs. That's all I caught. Did you see anything else? Drop it in the comments below. Stay tuned for more Starfield scoops. Hit like and subscribe, and catch you next time. Hey everyone! With Starfield gearing up for launch in September, it's time we explore the potential companions in our spacefaring adventure. In Bethesda's RPGs, companion characters often hail from different factions, and Starfield seems to be no exception. In their latest Starfield Direct, Bethesda hinted at possible recruits from the Constellation faction. Let's take a look at the crewmates we know so far and what they bring to the table. First up, we have Sarah Morgan, a familiar voice from the Starfield trailers. She's an ex-soldier turned explorer and now leads the Constellation faction. With astrodynamics at 4 stars, lasers at 3 stars, leadership at 2 stars, and botany at 1 star, she's a versatile addition to the team. Next we have Barrett, the experienced spacesuit guy you've seen in several trailers. Barrett excels in starship engineering with a 4-star rating, has a 3-star rating in particle beam weapon systems, a 2-star rating in robotics, and a surprising 1-star rating in gastronomy. Then there's the space cowboy, Sam Coe. He looks like a former Freestyle Collective member now serving on your crew. With piloting at 4 stars, rifle certification at 3 stars, payloads at 2 stars, and geology at 1 star, Sam adds a different flavour to your crew. We also have a few other notable crew members. There's the Adoran fan from Oblivion, who appears to have made his way into Starfield, contributing 2 stars in weightlifting and 1 star each in concealment and scavenging. And let's not forget about Vasco, our robotic companion. While we don't know Vasco's specific skills yet, their interactions suggest a proficiency with laser weapons. We also have the mysterious Marika Boros, who can be recruited from the Viewpoint spaceport, with 2 stars in ballistics and 1 star each in shotgun certification and particle beam weapon systems. Lastly, we have Hella, a potential crew member who seems eager to leave his desolate planet. Hella brings a 3-star rating in Outpost engineering and a 1-star rating in geology. It's important to note that these skills may be innate or upgradable. Bethesda hasn't clarified yet. We also don't know if each character will represent different factions or if all companions will hail from Constellation. Regardless, these characters will join us on our ship, and we can assign them to specific outposts. More updates to follow as we get closer to launch. So who's your favourite companion so far? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Starfield content. See you next time. Hello and welcome back. Today we've got something slightly different for you. Now, we've all seen the detailed breakdown of the 45-minute Starfield Direct showcase, but did you notice the new Starfield trailer that was debuted during the Xbox part of the showcase? It seems to me to be flying under the radar, but it's packed with some really cool content, not included in the Direct showcase. So I thought I'd walk you through this trailer, pointing out the things that I found interesting or exciting, and I'd love it if you could join me in this exploration. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. First on our list we have the St. Louis Arch again. Sure, it's not the first time we've seen it, but the fact that the trailer starts with this symbol is telling. It suggests that Earth has been destroyed, potentially by a long past war, or even a natural disaster, perhaps something like climate change. Next, we get to another stunning shot of a ringed planet. I know there's a few of these in the direct showcase, but I don't know about you, but these mesmerizing views are definitely going to occupy a significant chunk of my playthrough. One other small point I've noticed is that we've only ever seen one companion with the player in all the footage so far. So it seems like Bethesda is staying true to this style and not going down another path like perhaps we see with BioWare games. And check this out, a beautiful crystal cave. I'm curious, could this be a specific mission location or just a random cave that we'll come across as we explore a planet's surface? And here we might have another clue to Earth's destruction. Those look like battle mechs, right? Wouldn't it be incredible if we could operate one of those beasts? Those battle mechs look old, rusted and ancient, again signifying perhaps a war that didn't end too well. Now when I first saw this clip, my attention was totally caught up by the large capital ship, but as I watched the trailer back, I was drawn to the texture of the planet's surface. Do you see the ridges? Could they be mountain ranges or canyons? And now those white patches, snow-capped mountains, or simply clouds? What do you think? Here's another ringed planet, and I wonder, could there be mining stations nestled within that asteroid ring? This next structure has a familiar feel, don't you think? If not for the floating debris, it wouldn't look out of place in Skyrim. What stands out here is the geography. If this isn't handcrafted but procedurally generated, we're in for some highly intriguing planetary exploration. And finally, check out this spaceship. Clearly it never launched and was left to decay. It's as if the end for Earth must have come abruptly. Alright folks, that concludes our journey through the underappreciated Starfield trailer. Do you have your own insights that you could share? Don't be shy, go ahead and light up that comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and are excited for more Starfield content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated. As always, thanks for tuning in. Until our next interstellar journey, keep exploring. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I just wanted to create a quick video to respond to a tweet about IGN's hands-on experience with Starfield. IGN were able to play Starfield for 1 hour, and this tweet shares 11 takeaways, if you like, of their time playing the game. So I thought I would go through those 11 critical takeaways and share some of my thoughts on them. So firstly, Starfield gameplay was showcased on the powerful Series X, and the graphics, I think, were nothing short of breathtaking. However, we remain in the dark about the game's performance on Series S and PC. But given the lengthy polishing period they've had over the last year, I'm hoping for seamless gameplay upon release, even though the console frame rate is locked at 30 frames per second. I think what that tells us, and from the footage that we have seen, the scale of this game is enormous. We're going to be playing Starfield for years. The extended development time is a testament, I think, to the sheer depth and breadth the game possesses. I wouldn't be surprised if players end up exploring Starfield's universe even longer than they roamed the lands of Skyrim, still stumbling upon new secrets years from now. Found this one interesting. Starfield offers an impressive array of background choices that, interestingly enough, can be altered. The mechanics of this aren't yet fully understood, but we do know that in some circumstances, a well-placed shotgun can eliminate unwanted attention. We'll have to stay tuned to discover what other choices and their consequences await us. Fourthly, and here's something that sets epic RPGs apart: distracting, well-made side quests. In Starfield, these elements could easily turn a 200-hour game into a 2,000-hour one. And as much as unnecessary side quest distractions usually bother me, in Starfield I'm very excited to veer off the main path. Fifthly, Starfield might not cater to multiplayer fans, but it does promise engaging single-player expansion packs. We kind of already knew this, that pre-ordering the game, as well as the base game, you also get the first story-driven DLC. Sixth, do you remember the gravity-defying combat sequences on board the ships that we've seen so far? I'm intrigued about how this mechanic works. Do we need to disable the gravity generator first? Could we purchase magnetic boots to secure an advantage in zero-G combat situations? It's a whole new dimension of strategy and combat tactics. 7. Melee combat enthusiasts. You're in for a treat. Wielding an axe in Starfield is as thrilling as it gets. Tank builds seem well accommodated in Starfield. 8th, Starfield, with its Bethesda-style role-playing, layered on top of a No Man's Sky-esque universe, feels very much like No Man's Sky 2. I do wonder how Hello Games, known to be working on something new right now, might react. Can they compete with Bethesda's RPG prowess? It appears Bethesda has taken a leap ahead in this genre. The alien life in Starfield remains somewhat ambiguous. While there are plenty of alien creatures, sentient alien races are yet to be confirmed. Could the mysterious ancient civilization who built the artifacts, could they be alien in origin? Or could they be remnants of humanity's distant past? 10th, space combat in Starfield is impressively well executed. On the latest showing, space combat looks fast-paced, yet retaining an arcade-like charm. And one detail I absolutely love is the ship debris that breaks off during fights. It adds a layer of immersion for me. Imagine that you've just scraped through a battle and you land on a planet, you jump out of your ship and you look around and you see chunks of it missing. If that proves to be the case, Bethesda have taken immersion to the next level. Finally, number 11, the cities in Starfield feel like a harmonious blend of Oblivion and Mass Effect, bustling with NPCs and divided into unique districts. And while these cities may not mirror the dense urban jungles of our world, their distinct identities provide an immersive gaming experience. And with that, we've covered the 11 key takeaways from IGN's hands-on play with Starfield. There's so much to anticipate, and it's safe to say that our interstellar journey is just getting started. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What are you most excited about in Starfield? And what do you think of the points made here in this tweet? Remember, conversations like these make the wait for the game's launch all the more exciting. So don't hesitate to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you found this video insightful, do consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps more than you think. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Again, thank you for watching, and as always, keep gaming, and see you in the next video. Hey there, welcome back. I've been thinking a lot about this game, Starfield, and what it has in store for us. And despite all the details that Bethesda has shared so far, I still have questions. And I've compiled a list of 15 questions that I'm eager to have answered. Let's dive right in. Question 1. First off, how far can we roam away from our ship after landing? Some people think we can walk the entire circumference of the planet if we want, whilst others think that we'll hit an invisible wall after a while. And Bethesda has mentioned a fast travel option for players who have wandered quite far and want to get back to their ship quite quickly. Personally, I love the idea of having a vast but bounded space to explore that's teeming with interesting features. What do you think? Will we be able to explore without restriction? Question 2 is kind of related. What about the points of interests on the planets? Will they be spaced out in a way that makes them feel natural and unexpected? I hope so. There's something exciting about the unexpected discoveries that await when exploring new landscapes. I really hope that Bethesda strikes the right balance between density and variety. Question 3, related again. Can 2 points of interest spawn close to each other, or will they be evenly spaced out? I can imagine if 2 points of interest spawn quite closely to each other, it could lead to some dynamic moments and conflicts that would be interesting to witness and be a part of. Question number 4. How do we travel between planets? There's 2 options as far as I can tell, either fast travel or manual flying. Personally, I love both options. Fast travel when I'm eager to get where I want to go, and manual flight for those moments when I just want to soak up the game's beauty. So question 5, if we do travel between planets, will we encounter things en route in deep space? Personally, I think it would be a missed opportunity not to have random encounters or discoverable anomalies in the seemingly empty void of space. I think the gameplay that we've seen so far at least hints at these random moments, and it would be in keeping with how Bethesda has operated in the past. Question number 6, or is the only way to get from planet to planet the fast travel option? In that case, I would imagine that these dynamic events happen post-jump, once we arrive near our next location. And I think that certainly would add an element of surprise, a kind of roulette of what situation I might drop into. Question number 7. Can we do spacewalks? This is something that I've not seen yet, and something that I would absolutely want in the game. Just think about stepping outside your ship to do repairs or simply gaze upon the stars. It would be a breathtaking experience. Question number 8. Will there be space stations in the atmosphere of gas giants? This is one of my favourite sci-fi tropes. I'm excited about this possibility, although it does seem remote. We have seen gas giants in the gameplay reveal so far, but nothing of any potential interactions with them. Space stations in the atmosphere of gas giants could provide a unique aesthetic that differentiates one planet from another. Question 9. Are ocean planets a possibility? We haven't seen any yet, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Personally, the thought of exploring an aquatic world teeming with alien life sounds incredible, although admittedly this one does seem unlikely without the help of modders. Question 10. How does bounty hunting work? Can we take wanted criminals alive? The idea of moral choice in a bounty hunting system really appeals to me. A bit of space cowboy roleplay perhaps. Question 11. How does smuggling work? Ideally, I hope it's something that requires actual flying skill and not just unlockable skills or modules. Adding real risk and skill to this activity would be a thrilling challenge. Question number 12. Do known factions control areas of space, putting a bounty on us if we cross them? The thought of navigating complex interstellar politics is intriguing. I hope there's an in-depth faction system that affects how we interact with different systems. Question 13. Can we move around the ship while it's flying? I love the idea of walking around my ship, interacting with my crew while cruising through the cosmos. Question 14. Will there be space trucking? Cargo missions? I'm all for this. But space trucking is more for space simulator games such as Star Citizen and Elite. You don't really find it in space RPGs like Mass Effect, and Starfield is definitely more of a space RPG than it is a space simulator. But having a variety of mission types, including more peaceful or logistic ones, I think would greatly enrich the gameplay experience. And finally, question 15, are there mission boards, or do we only get missions from NPCs? I appreciate both methods for their own reasons. NPCs add personal connection, while mission boards allow for quick pick up and play. And there you have it, folks. Those are my top 15 questions that I currently have about Starfield. The anticipation is palpable as we wait for Bethesda to unveil more about this grand space adventure. In the meantime, let's keep our discussions going. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What questions are you pondering? Do you agree with me? Or do you have a different perspective? Or perhaps an answer to some of my questions? But until next time, keep your eyes on the stars. Take care.